On 25 October 1964, Zambia became the 9th African country to gain independence from Britain, having ruled the country since 1888. The independence of the former colony of Northern Rhodesia was celebrated with a ceremony at Independence Stadium in the capital, Lusaka. The country's new president, Kenneth Kaunda, was presented with the instrument of independence by the Queen's representative, the Princess Royal. Thousands of people chanted the word, Kwacha, dawn, as they watched the red, black, green and orange colors of the Republic of Zambia's flag replace the British Union Jack to mark the official changeover at midnight. Princess Mary read a personal message from the Queen as Britain welcomed the newest member of the Commonwealth. President Kaunda gave his first press conference since taking office. He spoke of the new republic's duty to build a nation based on respect for people of all races, all colors and all religions. Kaunda said he would support Britain if neighboring Rhodesia made a unilateral declaration of independence. The declaration would meet with resistance from around the world and would not last long. Kaunda, then 40, had a reputation as a moderate and rational figure who opposed violence. He supported the preservation of 10 of the 73 seats in Parliament for Europeans for at least the next 4 years. He also hoped to reassure the 70,000 Europeans in Zambia, most of whom worked in the copper belt near the Congolese border and had a significant economic interest in the country. Many had fled to South Africa, fearing growing African resentment against them. One of Kaunda's first acts as head of state was to release 200 freedom fighters who had been jailed for inciting violence against the colonial government. He had also sent letters to South African prime ministers asking that African leaders, including Nelson Mandela, be imprisoned in Zambia rather than in their homelands. Lusaka is now the headquarters of 15 African freedom movements, including ZANU and ZAPU of Rhodesia. After taking power, Kaunda nationalized parts of the mining industry and became the backbone of the country's international economy. In 1972, he was powerful enough to ban all opposition to the ruling United National Independence Party, UNIP, creating a one-party state the following year. He was a strong supporter of the anti-apartheid movement and opposed Ian Smith's white minority rule in Rhodesia. Increasing political unrest prompted President Kaunda to lift the ban on political parties in 1990. He lost the 1991 multi-party elections to Frederick Chiluba and the Movement for Multi-Party Democracy, MMD. The Republic of Zambia is a country that landlocked in southern Africa. This landlocked country is bordered by the Democratic Republic of the Congo to the north, Tanzania to the northeast, Malawi to the east, Mozambique, Zimbabwe, Botswana, and Namibia to the south, and Angola to the west. Zambia was formerly called Northern Zambezia and later Northern Rhodesia. Its current name is based on the Zambezi River. The official language of Zambia is English, which is used in official business and in teaching in schools. In addition, there are 8 main regional languages, namely Sibemba, Chinyanja, Lunda, Chitonga, Kaunde, Silozi, Nkoya, and Luval. Zambia is a landlocked country in southern Africa, with a tropical climate, and consists mostly of plateau with some hills and mountains, divided by river valleys. At 7,526 kilometers, 295,46 km, it is the 39th largest country in the world, slightly smaller than Chile. The country lies mostly between latitudes 8 degrees and 18 degrees, and longitudes 26 degrees and 34 degrees. In the Zambezi Basin, a number of major rivers flow wholly or partly through Zambia: the Kabampo, Lungwebungu, Kafue, Luangwa, and the Zambezi itself, which flows through the country in the west and then forms the southern borders with Namibia, Botswana, and Zimbabwe. Its source is in Zambia, but it flows into Angola, and a number of its tributaries arise in the central highlands of Angola. The edge of the Kwando River floodplain, not its main channel, forms the southwestern border of Zambia, and through the Chobe River, it contributes only a small amount of water to the Zambezi, most of which is lost to evaporation. In eastern Zambia, the plateau lying between the Zambezi Valley and Lake Tanganyika slopes upward to the north, rising from about 1,900 downers to 953 ft. In the south to 1,23937 ft. In the center, reaching 896 ft. In the north near Mbala. This plateau area in northern Zambia has been categorized by the World Wildlife Fund as part of the Central Zambezia Miamba Woodlands ecoregion. Eastern Zambia exhibits remarkable diversity. The Luangwa Valley cuts the plateau in a curve from northeast to southwest, extending westward into the heart of the plateau in the deep valley of the Lunsemfo River. Hills and mountains are found on the sides of parts of the valley, particularly in the northeastern Nika Plateau, 2200 m or 7,218 ft, on the Malawi border, which extends into Zambia as the Mafinga Hills, containing the country's highest point, Central Mafinga, 2,339 or 7,674 ft. Zambia is situated on the Central African Plateau, between 1,000 and 1,600 meters, 305 ft above sea level. The average altitude is 1,200 meters, 3,900 ft, giving the land a generally temperate climate. Zambia's climate is tropical, influenced by altitude. In the Köppen climate classification, most of the country is classified as humid subtropical or tropical wet and dry, with small stretches of semi-arid steppe climate in the southwest and along the Zambezi Valley. There are two main seasons: the wet season, November to April, which corresponds to summer, and the dry season, May, June to October, November, which corresponds to winter. The dry season is further divided into a cool dry season, May, June to August, and a hot dry season, September to October, November. The influence of altitude changes gives the country a pleasant subtropical weather rather than tropical conditions during the winter from May to August. However, the average monthly temperature remains above 20 degrees Celsius, 68 degrees Celsius, in most parts of the country for 8 or more months of the year. Biodiversity edit. There are an estimated 3,543 species of wild flowering plants, consisting of sedges, shrubs, and woody plants. The country's northern and northwestern provinces, in particular, have the highest diversity of flowering plants. About 53% of flowering plants are rare and occur throughout the country. A total of 242 mammal species are found in the country, with most occupying forest and grassland ecosystems. The Rhodesian giraffe and kafue, leshwe are some of the well-known subspecies endemic to Zambia. About 490 known fish species, belonging to 24 fish families, have been reported in Zambia, with Lake Tanganyika having the highest number of endemic species. The country has an average score of 7.5 and 10 on the 2019 Forest Landscape Integrity Index, ranking 39th globally out of 172 countries.